My name is Jessie Mermel, and I'm running for Congress here in the 4th Congressional District. The race to succeed Joe Kennedy in a district that includes Hopkinton, goes all the way up to Brookline and Newton in the north and down to Fall River in the south. And I'm running because the people and places that we love and the progress that we need to create a fair economy for everyone in the 4th Congressional District are under attack. And I believe that the people of the 4th Congressional District don't just deserve a congresswoman who will fight back against the hate and the backwards thinking that's coming out of Washington, but will also fight for the future that we all deserve. And I've built a 20-year career here in Massachusetts doing just that. From fighting for reproductive health care at Planned Parenthood, to being a select board member in Brookline, leading our local efforts to tackle climate change, working for Governor Patrick and heading up his Strong Women, Strong Families initiative, to the work that I've been doing the past 5 years as the president of the Alliance for Business Leadership, doing the work that we know is good for workers, for families, for the economy, for the environment, and for equality, but is also good for business. I'm incredibly proud to have the support of State Representative Carolyn Dykma in this race. She has done such incredible work for Hopkinton and the surrounding communities, particularly on lifting up our veterans and making sure that they have all the services and support that they need. Her support for me in this race means the world. I'm looking forward to being her partner in Washington and making sure that together we're delivering for the people of Hopkinton.
Hi, I'm Becky Grossman. I'm running for Congress in the 4th District in Massachusetts. I am a Newton City Councilor, and as much as I love being a Newton City Councilor, the job that I cherish most in my life is being a mom to my 2 kids, Madeline and Jack, who are 8 and 5. I'm running for Congress with the fierce urgency of a mom who is fed up by what's going on in this country and determined to make change. I wake up every day thinking about what the world is going to look like when my kids and all our kids grow up, and my interest in doing this is in safeguarding the future for the generations to come. That's why I won't stand for the NRA threatening our kids' safety at school. That's why I won't stand for the Trump administration coming after Obamacare and Planned Parenthood. And that's why I won't stand for drug companies that are charging thousands of dollars a year for prescription drug costs that people like my mom, who's suffering from a rare disease, need to stay alive. I think that if there was ever a moment to get up and to participate in this fight, now is that moment. I'm Becky Grossman, and I ask for your support and your vote for Congress on September 1st. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ben Siegel, and I'm running for Congress in Massachusetts' 4th Congressional District. We are living in times where we are more divided than ever, and we need to come together as a community, and that's why our theme is We the Fourth, because we are stronger when we are united and we come together as a community. And the basis of any strong community is access to opportunities, and that's what we're fighting for. Access to opportunities, for access to health care, access to high quality education, access to affordable housing, access to reliable transportation, where we are going to fight for comprehensive, compassionate immigration reform and combat hatred, bigotry, and anti-Semitism in all forms. But in order to do that, you need a leader that is a unifier, a bridge builder, and a connector, and I am that leader, someone who has worked in the nonprofit sector, in the government, and in the private sector as an attorney for the last 15 years. I'm also the president of the Hispanic National Bar Association, and I would be the first Latino ever elected to Congress from Massachusetts. So please join our movement of unity and strengthen community, and join us at bensiegelforcongress.com, and I hope to have your vote on September 1st.
Hi, I'm Dave Cavell, and I'm a candidate for Congress right here in the 4th Congressional District of Massachusetts. On September 1st, there's a Democratic primary that I'm running in to decide who the next member of Congress will be from this district. And I think it should be me for a few reasons. I'm born and raised in Brookline. I went to Tufts, where I met my wife, Kate. After that, I was a public school teacher. I taught 4th grade. And what I saw was that the system was fundamentally broken. My students had been failed before they ever walked into my classroom, and I wanted to do something about it, so I went into politics. I heard a guy named Deval Patrick speak in a living room. That was that. I went to work for him. I spent 3 years at the State House as his speechwriter. Then I went to law school, and much to my surprise, I ended up becoming a speechwriter in the White House for President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama. It was the experience of a lifetime, and 2 weeks after that, I was suing the White House. I was Maura Healey's senior advisor and assistant attorney general, and together we sued Donald Trump 50 times. We stood up to the NRA, we stood up to ExxonMobil, and my top issue in the campaign is the opioid crisis, because when I was in the attorney general's office, we took on Purdue Pharma and the Sackler family, who makes OxyContin. We put them out of business. But the difference here is there are good people running for Congress in this race. But for me, this work is not new. The job would be new for all of us, but the work is not new for me. I've been on these issues for years. I have been helping to lead these fights for years. And I think it is time for us to not just talk about these issues, but to actually do something about these issues. If you believe in that, I think I'm your candidate. My website is davecavell.com. It is the only website in this campaign that is not just in English, it is also in Spanish and in Portuguese. My view is that we need to talk to everyone. That's why I'm running. I ask for your support. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Alan Casey. I'm from Brookline. I'm a candidate for Congress from the 4th District of Massachusetts. I'm also the co-founder of City Year. I'm running first of all because I'm a dad. I have an 11-year-old son, Reese, and a 17-year-old daughter, Mirabelle. And just like our parents and grandparents left our country better than they found it for us, we're the 13th generation since the start of this amazing country. We need to leave it better for our children. I'm also running because I think this is the worst of times, but more importantly, the best of times for our democracy and our country. It's the worst of times because of Trump and the daily assault on everything we hold dear. But it's the best of times because of how we, the people, have responded. Starting with the Women's March, which was glorious, and I helped to organize the Boston March and knit together the 645 marches around the world. Continue with March for Our Lives, and I helped to build the Sibling March Network, these amazing young people taking on the NRA. It's continue with action on climate change and fighting for LGBTQ rights and undocumented immigrants and more. My whole life has been about encouraging and empowering people to get involved in our democracy, and I believe that this new energy is the key to taking our country back and breaking the logjam in Congress. It's the same energy that enabled us to start City Year from scratch with 50 young people here in Boston from all different backgrounds, dedicating a year of service to our community and our country. Today, City Year is in 33 cities from that start, with over 3,000 young people serving 200,000 children every day. I've tapped that same energy and built coalitions to pass 3 major pieces of federal legislation. I use that energy to be Tom DeLay, the Mitch McConnell of his time, who tried to eliminate the AmeriCorps program, and I led the effort to save it. We went from an 80% funding cut to a 50% increase, $100 million increase, and we saved the Corporation for National Service, and since 1.1 million people have done AmeriCorps. I will bring that same approach of building coalitions, of empowering people, of leveraging this new energy. If you give me the privilege of serving in Congress, I don't want to go alone, I want to bring you with me, and together we'll restore government of, by, and for the people. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Herb Robinson. I'm running for Congress in the 4th Congressional District. And I have an electrical engineering degree from Cornell University, and I live in Newton, Massachusetts now. It wasn't always that way. I grew up in a small farming town in upstate New York. And I've worked as a mason's helper and a farm laborer or a dishwasher at one point in time. I was a member of Local 132 of the American Federation of Musicians when I was in college, and I kept in touch for a while afterwards. I got to see what right-to-work laws do in terms of wiping out a union. You know, musicians today make the same money, not adjusted for inflation, that they did when I was in college. And I have supported myself for about half a year on a minimum wage job. I could not do that today because minimum wage is less than half of what it used to be in terms of real dollars. And that's why one of the things I am promoting is an $18 an hour minimum wage. Now you say, why 18 hours? Why $18 instead of 15? Because everybody else is saying 15. Well, they've been saying 15 for 6 years now, and inflation marches on. So right now, $18 is the correct number. And you know, I'm not, an echo chamber for all the latest fad ideas. I actually evaluate them and figure out if they need to be changed or whatever. And, you know, the minimum wage is a really good example for all kinds of trends in politics. In this case, people have been ignoring it for a long time. And that says to me that we should be indexing minimum wage to inflation, because Congress keeping track of something on a year-to-year basis is just something Congress doesn't do. Another thing about the minimum wage is about 1980, it started to flatten out, and that shows when people stopped paying attention. So, why? It's because people started paying attention to the big money. And now we get to the real reason why I'm running. I am pledging to do no more than 100 hours per year of fundraising, as opposed to 30 hours per week, which a typical representative in Congress does. Please help out my campaign. I am clearly the underfunded candidate. I need volunteers to sign up on my website, herbrobinson.us.